the Green Wave need to start strong. Only 5 made field goals in the first half against Lamar. That won't cut it today.
All right, game 3 of the Tulane Classic. About to tip things off here from Devlin Fieldhouse. It's the Lipscomb Bison and the Tulane Green Wave. As it's Days set to tip it off for the Tulane Green Wave. Both these teams 1-0, and we're ready to go as Tulane wins the opening tip. Let's see, David, they can get off to a better start.
Particularly with Sia James there in the starting lineup.
As they try to get it down low. Good recovery there by Kevin Cross. Puts it up, no good. Rebound by Asajala. We'll be saying that name a lot for Lipscomb this afternoon.
Yeah, this is not just one of the best players on this team. He could be considered maybe one of the best players in the country. Put up some historic numbers last season for the Bisons.
Wolf wide open from the right wing. Misses a shot, but is fouled on the play. And it looks like it is Jordan Walker with his first foul, fouling the three-point shooter. So Wolf will go to the line for 3.
And that's what got Tulane in trouble in their start against Lamar. A lot of fouls early gave Lamar easy opportunities at the basket. A team that didn't particularly shoot the ball well. Lipscomb shot at almost 56% in their game against Lamar, so you don't want to put them at the line, even though they did struggle shooting their free throws.
Absolutely. Yesterday, Lipscomb shot 6 of 17 from the free throw line, just 35%, as Wolf misses the first one here. Which that could play a factor down the line, David, as we get closer and closer to the finish here. As Lipscomb with the 76-73 win over Lamar on Saturday. And, of course, Tulane getting the win over Lamar on Friday afternoon.
And Lipscomb almost gave that one away by missing a number of free throws down the stretch. They just got fortunate. But you got to be able to put people away at the charity stripe.
So Sion James getting his first start of his career with no Gabe Watson for the Green Wave today. Nice drive by Jalen Forbes, but it slips out of his hands, out of bounds, and the first turnover of the day for the Tulane Green Wave.
We want to see Tulane be aggressive and go to the basket, particularly with James. He was one of the best penetrators Tulane had in their first game. He just couldn't finish at the rim. Maybe he'll have better luck today.
Full court pressure from Tulane as Lipscomb gets it across half court. As they'll get it to Romeao Ferguson on the left side as they've been swinging it around the perimeter. Now get it to Asajula. And now he's on the floor. Good steal there by Noble Days, and Tulane has it.
It's going to be big for Days to keep Asujala off the glass and not give him those clean looks. The guy can score anywhere inside the arc.
So James, top of the arc, over to Jalen Forbes. Now Walker with 12 seconds left on the shot clock, trying to find their first bucket of the day. Nice drive by Walker, draws contact, no foul, misses the lay-in.
Just got to go play through it. He kind of absorbed it rather than going through it and could have gotten the foul call if he just continued to play.
Now it's Jones, swing pass over to the other Jones. We have Alex Jones and Greg Jones for the Bison.
And you can see the Tulane defense is paying a lot of attention to Asajala. So anytime he gets a touch, they've been sending a quick double to try to get it out of his hands.
As Ferguson waits for a pick, now it's Asajala. Nice spin move downstairs, draws contact as well. Doesn't get the foul, but he gets the bucket.
And you see the touch right there, going soft off the glass. Great spin move as well. He's a force.
4-0 early for the Bison. As shades of Friday afternoon, Tulane took them until about the 14:30 mark of the first half to get their first bucket. And a foul on the play for Asajala. His first bucket. You get him in foul trouble early, that could pay dividends down the road for Tulane.
Absolutely, because they don't have a lot behind him in the front court. He's who they rely on not only for scoring, but again, this was their team's leading assist man last year. Averaged almost 4 assists a game. He was the first player, only the second player in the last 30 years to put up 18, 10, and 4 assists a night. Put him in company with Ben Simmons, of all people, so you know he's talented.
Unanimous preseason player of the year as well for the Atlantic Sun as Sion James hits the first free throw and the first points on the board for the Green Wave. As I mentioned, no Gabe Watson today. He got hit in the mouth late in the game on Friday afternoon. Sion gets his first start. He finished with 4 points and 6 boards. Did not hit on a field goal 0 for 5, but was 4 of 6 from the foul line as he makes both here.
And that was that aggression. Just a physical presence as a freshman. You can just see that body is made to absorb contact. He just has to make his plays, and maybe after getting those first game jitters out, he'll be much better today.
Again, Ron Hunter with the matchup defense going to change things up a little bit depending on the personnel for the Bison inside to Sajala. And there's the double, as you mentioned. A tough pass into Greg Jones, who'll take it to the paint and lays it in.
A fantastic move, because what you saw was once the Tulane defense shifted, there was plenty of space for him to come back from that wing and attack the rim. So Tulane has to recover a little quicker.
6'2" Lipscomb. As Sion James over the Walker gives it back to James Forbes sitting in the corner. He'll shoot a left corner three and hits it.
He was their best outside shooter last game. Was pretty much perfect for most of that contest. So his confidence is high.
4 of 8 from beyond the arc in the win over Lamar. And that's the first bucket of the game for Tulane. They're down just 1. Swing pass over to Wolf, now a corner three for the Bison, and it's hit by Greg Jones. He's off to a good start with 5 early points.
And you can see Coach Hunter going to his bench. You cannot leave the corner three available for a team that shoots the ball as well as Lipscomb does.
So both teams with corner threes. The Bison with a 4-point lead. Now it's Walker again running point. Goes around the Days screen. Now the Forbes on the left wing will dump it in to Noble Days. Working on his Sajala. Gets pushed out of bounds and a steal by Jake Wolf.
I think Days tried to do something he's not really great at there, putting the ball on the floor. He's much more of a putback guy. So turnovers, got to cut him down.
Yeah, turnovers galore to start for both teams. 15:56 left to go in the first half. The Bison lead the Green Wave 9-5. Back in uptown New Orleans, these two teams meeting just for the second time. They last played in 2001 with Tulane winning that meeting 77-64. And Ron Hunter remains undefeated against Lipscomb. He was 2-0, both of those coming when he was a head coach at IUPUI. So far here, Lipscomb with a 9-5 lead. David, they have not missed a shot. They are perfect from the field. 3 of 3, led by Greg Jones with his 5 points.
And what we saw in each of those baskets were Tulane just missed assignments. You leave up a corner three, wide open there. You give up an easy layup to Sajala, and then you give up a really clean drive to the basket. Tulane's got to get in the jersey, so to speak, of the Lipscomb Bisons.
Yeah, Forbes was trying to get it inside the entire time, but couldn't get it inside the paint. There is a foul on the play. And it looks like it's Alex Jones with her first personal. So Tulane will inbound it. Tylen Pope checks in for the Green Wave. Same goes for Jaden Coleman. So again, as last game, Ron Hunter mixing and matching early on for the Green Wave. trying to find that right chemistry in game number 2. Coleman will put up the 3 off the back of the rim twice, no good. Coleman made his first 3 threes in the win over Lamar on Friday.
Yeah, he is not hesitant to shoot the rock, but that was one that maybe he'd like to have back.
Ferguson holding it by his waist here as the Bison passing it around the perimeter. Again, both teams trying to get it inside. They're trying to get it inside to Asajala. Good defense by Kevin Cross. Now it's Ferguson at the right elbow. He'll pop for a 2. No good, and Pope and Cross fight for the rebound. Tulane has it.
But very solid defense on Asajala, keeping him below the block in a position where he couldn't really be a threat.
Coleman thought about a 3 again. Decides to hold back as now it's Sion James who kicks the ball off his shoe, dives on the floor between him and Romeao Ferguson. It belongs to Lipscomb. Fast break, and Alex Jones with an easy lay-in.
Turnovers turning into easy points. It's bad enough. Again, live ball turnovers are one thing, but allowing the other team to convert them is even worse.
3 turnovers early on for the Green Wave, 11-5 Bison. Coleman, another long 3 from the left side, no good. Rebound by Jalen Forbes, excuse me. So second chance opportunity for Tulane as they get it inside to Cross. He's fouled on the play by Jake Wolf.
You'd like to see Tulane do more of that. The early threes was a problem for them in their first game against Lamar. They took a lot of shots in the first 5 or 10 seconds of the shot clock without making the defense work. Go inside, make them move. And if they do that, we saw in the second half of the game against Lamar, Tulane was able to string baskets together.
Jordan Walker checks back in for Sion James. He'll run point for the Green Wave. Forbes fires a 3 from the right side, no good. Another long rebound by the Green Wave, this time Jaden Coleman.
But what are we seeing again? 4 and 5 steps from behind the arc when they shoot these threes. Those are shots that are always going to be available. Nice pass.
Yeah, Pope inside finishes, and that's their first points in the paint this afternoon, 11-7 Lipscomb.
And again, Pope with a double-double in his career debut. He's going to be a force inside. He's not afraid to be physical, and he has a nice touch around the rim.
12 points and 10 rebounds on Friday. Now it's a drive by Lipscomb as it was Miles Miller getting it into Parker Hazen, and Hazen is going to go to the free throw line after being fouled.
Yeah, Pope gets the foul, but that wasn't on him. Forbes lost track of his man who was cutting towards the basket. Pope was just trying to help him recover there, but he had done a solid job in making his man give up the ball.
Yeah, nice backdoor cut by Parker Hazen, who misses the first free throw. Again, we mentioned Lipscomb struggled from the free throw line, 6 of 17 in the win against Lamar yesterday. Right now, they're 2 for 4. Hazen with 4 points and 8 rebounds yesterday. He was perfect from the foul line. He hits 1 of 2 here.
And that's really strange for a team that shot it from the field and shot it from deep as well as they did to not make free throws. Usually bad shooting teams are bad shooting across the board.
Nice ball movement by the Green Wave, trying to get something going as Coleman pump fake from outside. Will find Pope in the left corner. He'll fire for 3, no good. Rebound by Miller.
That's a lot of three-point attempts early for Tulane. You'd like to see them create something for the next guy. Get an assist.
Hazen wide open for 3 in the corner, no good. Rebound by Cross. So the Green Wave 1 of 5 from beyond the arc. Lipscomb 1 of 2. As Walker drives inside, but it's blocked by Sajala. But another second chance opportunity for the Green Wave. Nice fake by Kevin Cross. He'll fire from beyond the arc, no good. And Sajala with a rebound for Lipscomb.
And you can still see Walker is trying to adjust to the size of college basketball. He gets into the paint and just went up against a much bigger defender.
Hazen over to the corner. Miles Miller telling his team to slow it down a little bit. 13 seconds left on the shot clock.
Tulane's defense looks like they're a little bit confused. Communication is bad, and that's why you end up with that foul right there.
A nice give and go between Asajala and Parker Hazen, as Hazen will go to the line for 2. Again, you really have to keep your eye on Asajala, which will create some wide open opportunities, and Lipscomb moving well without the basketball early.
You want to pay attention to Asajala, but you cannot, forget about the other guys on the court. They're moving too. They're looking to play off of him. So you're seeing Tulane players not keeping their man ball awareness, and that's cost them on a couple of possessions now.
Hazen makes the first free throw to make it 13-7. as Kevin Cross will check out for the Green Wave. It's Days, Forbes, Pope, Walker, and R.J. McGee, who played the last 5 minutes of the basketball game for the Green Wave the other day. He'll get some early run here. Down by 7. Pope trying to find Forbes inside, couldn't find him. So now Walker will have to retreat all the way back to the half-court line. Now a double team as Walker gets out of it, but 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Tulane trying to figure out something to do. Days waiting for a screen, almost loses the ball. Now 4 seconds, 3. Walker with a prayer from beyond the arc, no good. Rebound by Parker Hazen.
What a disjointed possession there. Screens didn't work, passing didn't work. Tulane has to find. We're back. It seems like we're talking about the same things that we talked about on Friday.
Hazen double team now finds Ferguson down low, and Romeao Ferguson with the easy baby hook. And Lipscomb getting it done inside the paint. It's now 8 points in the paint compared to Green Wave, who just have 2.
You have to appreciate the player movement that the Bisons are showing. Guys are doing a great job off of the basketball and getting themselves in scoring position.
Forbes, another long 3, buries it. As Forbes, perfect from beyond the arc to start. He's 2 for 2 and trying to give the Green Wave a spark halfway through this first half.
Coach Hunter is far more concerned with his defense right about now.
As Jake Wolf with a nice pump fake from 3. Cannot convert the dunk. And he'll go to the free throw line after this break. So Lipscomb with an early lead over the Green Wave, 16-10, 11:03 left in the first half. (16-10) Lipscomb with 11:03 left in the first half as Jake Wolf will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. As Wolf getting to the free throw line after an attempted dunk on the backside of this timeout. It was a nice pump fake from the left corner.
And the biggest problem that you saw Ron Hunter had was not the foul. It's the fact that he had such a direct line to the basket. No one was covering baseline on that possession.
It looked like Noble Days was close to getting a hand on that, but just hit the arm instead as Wolf connects on both free throws. 18-10 Bison. Days left elbow. Gets it inside. There's a nice pass from Forbes into Kevin Cross, who lays it in and one.
And this is what you need to see more of out of Tulane. Again, now with Josala on the bench, you have an opportunity to take advantage of that, your size inside, your activity inside. And Tulane gets a three-point play out of it on that possession.
Nice job by Cross, putting it on the floor, making sure he had both hands on the basketball and then laying it in. Cross finished with 6 points and 4 rebounds in the win on Friday. Can't hit the and one, so it's 18-12 Bison. Full court pressure here by the Green Wave. As Greg Jones trying to get across half court, he does. Now Miles Miller will slow things down.
And the pressure here is just to get them deeper into the clock and slow down their opportunities for off-ball movement. It works that time.
Carson Carey misses his first shot of the game. Jordan Walker breezes by everyone. Wide open lay-in down the left side of the lane, and Tulane down just 4 now. 10-15 left in the first half.
No rim protection on the floor. He gets to split the defenders and finish with the left hand. A great move there for Walker.
You get it inside to Hazen, who's been a force down low, and he finishes with the left hand. Parker Hazen only had 4 points in the win yesterday, already with 5 points this afternoon.
He's been very aggressive on the touch. When he catches it, he's just going.
And 2 Bison fight for the ball, unable to steal it. Kevin Cross grabs it and dunks it home with 2 hands.
Just, 2 guys going for the steal. Somebody's got to stay back and make sure you keep that basket covered. No one was there. Great, easy dunk for Cross.
Sajala checks back in for the Bison with 9:45 left. 20-15 Bison. Winner crowned the champions of the Tulane Classic.
At least for Tulane, they've seen some things go down. They've had a couple of threes go down. They've gotten some points in the paint. This is a much better start for them, even though there's trail right now.
A reverse lane is good by Sajala, who is wide open down low, 22-16.
Fantastic touch, and he was given so much space to finish.
Walker, again, a nice high floating layup, unable to finish. Tulane still has made 4 of their last 5 field goals, and now a steal by Cross. Walker looking to run quickly now. Forbes left side for a 3, no good. Rebound inside by R.J. McGee.
Great rebound by McGee, and to avoid the over the back as well. A guy, again, that didn't get a ton of playing time against Lamar. So what do? You show the coaches you're going to hustle, that you're going to be active.
And I think that might be 2 on Sajala. I'm going to wait for that. Actually, they're going to call it on Carey. That's his second foul. He will remain in the game for Lipscomb. Inbound pass gets it in the Forbes. He'll hit the baseline jumper there. Nice shot by Jalen Forbes, who leads the Green Wave with 8 points. He is perfect from the field. That was his first shot inside the perimeter, 22-18.
And their shots look pure. When they go down, they're going down clean. So he's feeling very confident building off of that Game 1 performance.
Greg Jones, long 3, no good. Rebound by Cross. And it looks like Walker wanting to pick up the pace. He does. Nice drive by Jalen Forbes. Lays it in with contact.
He's on a hot streak right now. Pretty soon you're going to see some flames coming off of him.
10 points already for Forbes. 22-20 Bison. Tulane has hit 6 of their last 8 field goals.
And what we've also seen on the defensive end is Tulane is either forced to turnover or they're holding Lipscomb to 1 shot. This is a team that only had 5 offensive rebounds in their win over Lamar. So if Tulane can crash the glass, they will give themselves opportunities in transition.
An air ball by Greg Jones. A chance for Tulane here to tie or take the lead. Walker, left-handed lay-in is good, and they do tie it up, as Walker's had a couple drives inside the finish. And timeout Bison. So 7:57 left in the first. Tulane on a little bit of a run. They are tied things up at 22 in Game 3 of the Tulane Classic. back inside Devlin Fieldhouse. Game tied at 22. And a big thanks to Jalen Forbes so far, Grubb, with 10 points, and he's perfect from the field early on.
Yeah, he's done a little bit of everything. He's attacked the rim in transition. He's shot the 3 ball. He's got one from the baseline, and he's also got those rebounds and a couple of assists. He's been Tulane's best player through this first half.
Tulane working on a 6-0 run in the last 1 minute in 10 seconds. Bison trying to get their offense going once again. They started off hot, but have cooled off a little bit as they get it inside to Sajala. And a nice tip by Jordan Walker gives the Bisons just 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
And what did you notice there? The double came for Sajala, but the backside rotation was on time, allowing Tulane to knock that ball out of bounds. And now Lipscomb has just 5 seconds.
So Miles Miller will inbound it for the Bison. Trying to find someone. They get it to Sajala, almost tipped by Days. And Sajala will work Days on the inside, and he gets the lay-in.
You can't fall for the pump fake at 5. I'd rather him shoot that jumper from the middle of the paint than have an opportunity at a layup at the basket.
So Walker doing a good job of running the offense for the Green Wave as Cross misses the right elbow jumper. That snaps a streak of 3 straight field goals by the Green Wave. As we hit the 7-minute mark of the first half. Cross-court pass over to Romeao Ferguson, who rinses the 3 from the left corner. And Lipscomb now on a mini 5-0 run to give them a 5-point lead.
Yeah, Cross had a good closeout, but guy hits a shot in your face. That's just going to happen sometimes. He played good defense, but it was just better offense.
Cross working inside, gets it back out to Jordan Walker. He'll fire from 3, no good. Rebound by Ferguson. So Tulane settling for some shots here as the Bison try to extend their run.
They didn't make this run by settling. They made their run by getting to the basket, and these last 2 possessions have been rush jumpers.
And Romeao Ferguson with an easy lay-in. He was left alone right outside the restricted area. It's now a 7-0 run for Lipscomb.
Tulane went from playing great defense as they went on their run to these last couple of possessions, giving up the same things we saw in the first 3 to 4 minutes of this ball game.
29-22, 6 minutes left in the first half. Walker over to McGee on the left side, driving down the baseline, draws contact, and will go to the free throw line for 2.
Again, McGee trying to make his presence felt through activity, not taking anything easy, not settling, just go to the basket, force the refs to make a call, and now he's going to the line with an opportunity to close this lead.
R.J. McGee playing just 5 minutes the other day, as we mentioned. No points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. And these will be his chance at his first points of the game as he misses the first free throw today. Tulane from the free throw line, now 2 of 4. And the big thing early, David, they already have 7 assists in the ballgame. They only had 8 the other day against Lamar, so the ball movement was great early. It just really hasn't happened since the last time out.
And there have been those segments of the ballgame where we've seen that, where it's a lot of one-on-one or just one pass it back, and a shot. They've been at their best when they've tried to go downhill and see where the open shooters are or find the cutters to the basket.
So McGee hits 1 of 2. It's 29-23. Wolf trying to get inside. Finds Greg Jones on the outside. Now get it into Ferguson. Jab step, pump fake, back to Jones. Jones for a 3, trying to draw the foul, does not. Misses the 3, and a rebound by Jankovic, who checks in for the Green Wave.
We saw Jankovic come in last game and be aggressive right off the start, go straight to the basket. We'll see what he does this game, but that was a great box out there.
Nice drive by McGee. Finds Jankovic down low, who finishes with the right hand. Good pass awareness by McGee, and a great finish by Jankovic.
The transfer out of Vanderbilt, he seems to know where to be. He's just got to put it together, get some consistency. That was his problem on Friday, but you can see the skill is there.
Only played 3 minutes in the Friday's win over Lamar with 1 point. Already has 2 this afternoon. 29-25 Bison. They swing it around the perimeter of the Bison. Now pass as Alex Jones is trying to get to Sajala. Wide open is Jordan Walker, who lays it in. And just like that, it's a 5-0 run for the Green Wave.
We didn't get the full jelly on the layup right there. He put a little bit of spin on it. But I think right now the basket is more important than the style.
Tulane has made 5 of their last 7 field goals, so a battle of runs here after the last time out as Lipscomb came out firing. And now Tulane crawling their way back in, down just 2 with 4:48 left here in the first half.
and they get it in transition off of good defense. You get your hands on the basketball, create a transition opportunity, and just go ahead and finish it. That's where Tulane's been at their best, is in the open court.
4 turnovers on the afternoon for the Bison. Tulane has done a great job taking care of the basketball. Just three so far here in today's ball game.
Don't want to anticipate here. That's how you end up getting caught.
Sajla over to Greg Jones, who's stuck down there in the baseline, and Jordan Walker almost with the steal, couldn't hang on to it, and the Bison will have it with 13 seconds left in the shot clock.
You just want to see a little bit more discipline in that corner. Every time that shot has gone into that corner on the baseline, the pump fake, and we saw that a lot against Lamar as well. The pump fake gets the defender up in the air, and they're conceding the baseline. You cannot give up the baseline.
So we'll wipe off some moisture around the free throw line, and then we'll get back to the action. Lipscomb still shooting the ball well today. 10 of 16 from the field, but just 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. Both teams combined to shoot just 4 of 16 from downtown. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. It's Alex Jones, almost lost his dribble. And now it's Wolf with 10 seconds or 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Draws the contact. Thought about it, could have been a charge. He misses the layup, and the ball goes out of bounds and belongs to the Green Wave.
Jankovic using his length. He didn't control it enough, but he kept Agila, excuse me, I'm so sorry, Agila from securing that board. Again, we know that Lipscomb is a team that struggled on the offensive glass. Tulane has to limit them to one shot on these possessions.
So 4:16 left in the first. And we're waiting on the referees here. Not sure if he's fixing his whistle. I think he is.
Fixing his mask and his whistle? Or just his whistles?
Well, speaking of masks, we had Ron Hunter, who had the mask on early on Friday against Lamar, then went to the face shield, now rocking the gaiter this afternoon. I don't know if there's that many more ways to protect your face. As Walker fires for 3 and drains the 3. Jordan Walker having himself a heck of a first half. Give him 9 points on the afternoon, and Tulane with the lead 30-29.
And this is what they wanted to see out of Jordan Walker. They expected him to come back this season and be a leader. And so far in this first half, he's pushed the tempo and he's making some shots.
And now a steal as Walker trying to get in the Jankovic. That ball is tipped in the turnover back to the Bison.
That's one that needed to be a bounce pass.
And now the Bison trying to run quickly. They'll have to settle down as Wolf gets to the right elbow. We'll take it back from Jones. Trying to get it inside to Asajala. And it looks like we might have a foul inside. I think it's Jankovic. And Jankovic will be called for the foul. And that'll take us to a timeout. So the Green Wave get a lead on an 8-0 run. They lead the Bison 30-29, 3:30 left in the first half. Coming up on halftime, we'll dive into the stats from the first 20 minutes of action. We'll continue our conversation with Tulane Athletics Director Troy Dannon and Gabe Feldman as they talk about name, image, and likeness in college athletics. And, of course, some highlights from this game as well, as the Green Wave on an 8-0 run. And Lipscomb has not scored in the last 3 minutes of action, 30-29 Green Wave. As Jones fires for 3, and that changes the drought by Lipscomb, and they take the lead again with Greg Jones firing from 3.
A little bit too clean of a look there, but Tulane still hanging around. Great opportunity to close the half on a high note.
So Walker now, chest pass over to R.J. McGee. Thought about it, fired from 3, and hits it. He was a little hesitant at first whether he should do it, and I think he made the right choice.
Again, a guy who didn't get much time, and so far he's really trying to make his presence felt. That's his second attempt at a shot. He got to the foul line on his first. Not the prettiest form, but it goes right in.
And the sophomore out of Chicago, Illinois, with another bucket for the Green Wave, and missed by the Bison. Tulane looking to extend their lead. Sion James over with McGee. Let's see if he can do it from the left side. We'll go around a Jankovic screen, and thought about it again, but this time passes it back to Forbes. And now Jordan Walker will reset things for the Green Wave. Walker gets a screen, now back to Forbes. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Jankovic working the screens on the top of the arc. Nice ball movement from the Green Wave, and James, couldn't hit the 3 from the right corner, but excellent ball movement by Tulane.
Absolutely. They knew how much time they had on the clock. They didn't rush, and you get the look you want.
So the Bison slow things down, less than 2 minutes to play in the first half. Trying to get that lead back inside to Asajala, who is double teamed, splits the defenders, but then is blocked inside by Sion James. Tulane on the run. Walker back to Forbes for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. McGee tried to tip it in, but instead gets called for an over and back.
Yeah, he barely avoided one earlier. That time he gets called for it. We're all for aggressiveness, but there were 3 Lipscomb players underneath the rim there.
How about the block by Sion James as Asajala looking to go inside, split the defenders, but James says no thank you.
Yeah, I think Asajala got himself into some trouble there. There were a lot of Tulane bodies around him, but he didn't really have much place to go, and James just gets up and takes care of that for Tulane.
Miles Miller gets a play call from Lenny Acuff, second-year head coach for the Bison, trying to get that lead back. Jones goes around the screen over the Miles Miller, and they double him. He has to retreat back. They find a cross-court pass over the Jones, gets it back inside, almost stolen. Asajala able to hold on to it, and nice pass inside the Romeao Ferguson, who finishes on the right side.
He's just a fantastic passer at his size. Great hands, great touch, and he's always got his head up.
That's his 3rd assist on the afternoon.
He had 7 the other night against Lamar.
Less than 1 minute to go in the first half from Devlin Fieldhouse. McGee pump fake from 3. Now will drive in. Can't convert the floater, and a rebound by Hazen.
He had James in the corner. That might have been the better shot there, is to pass it into that corner, see if James wants that shot.
And almost stolen as Jankovic got a piece of it. Ball goes back court, but it was tipped. Now 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Jones gets it to Ferguson. They'll go back. 7-6-5 on the shot clock. Now another attempted steal by Jankovic. Now looked like Walker had his hands tied up with Ferguson. And the jump ball possession will remain with the Bison, but only with 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
So what do we do here? We saw Tulane a couple of times the other night allow inbound scores. Pay a lot of attention to Asajala. Pay a lot of attention to corner shooters or someone cutting right up the middle of that lane looking for an easy layup.
Miller will inbound it. Trying to
There's
find
the
a cutter.
cut.
Jones, yep. Gets it to Hazen. Hazen pump fake. Now will shoot the jumper. Off the backboard, no good, but a rebound by the Bison. It looks like now they'll have the last shot of the first half. So they get the play from Acuff, the head coach, and now there's 3 seconds. 2, 1. Miller, a crazy-looking shot as he lost control of the ball, and that's how we end things here in the first half.
If you're Tulane, again, not a perfect half, but you're only down 1, and you saw some good things happen.
So Tulane did not score in the last 3 minutes. They trail by 1, 34-33. Your halftime report is next. Here from Devlin Field. McGee will get the start to the second half. He did not start the ball game for the Green Wave. It'll be McGee and Forbes, James, Cross, and Walker. We'll keep an eye on that as we start the second half. As Cross attempts the three and gets Tulane going with a three to start off this second half. And they get the lead back as well, 36-34.
At least 3 out of the 4 halves we've seen so far, Tulane has started by attempting a three.
They may just want to see some go through the hoop, and that's certainly the case on that one. Now Wolf now working on Forbes, changes hands, changes direction, and gets the lay-in.
Yeah, what you saw there was, Walker gets caught pushing Asajala out of the basket and isn't able to cross the lane quick enough to contest that shot.
So both teams get the field goal on their first possession of the second half. As Cross thought about attempting a three, now drives in on Asajala, now skips it over to Jalen Forbes. Now they swing it back to Walker, top of the arc, and he'll call for a play, wait for a Kevin Cross screen. Gets it now, Walker over to the right side. McGee wide open for three, off the side of the rim, no good.
McGee has not hesitated to shoot the ball since he got into the game in the first half. Very confident young man coming off the bench.
For him, if he wanting the play, he's going to let it fly. Ferguson draws contact as Sion James with a push on Romeao Ferguson. And that'll be our first foul of the second half.
Sion James just needs to get something to help him get untracked. He's yet to make a basket in these 2 games.
Yeah.
Just he needs something to create some confidence.
Now 0 for 6 combined in the first game and a half. Ferguson from 3 at the left side, no good. Rebound by Cross.
Another one-shot possession for Lipscomb.
We were talking about how well the Green Wave have been moving the basketball. Let's see if that's the case as Forbes lets another three fly, and he hits it. Why need to pass it if Jalen Forbes is the one shooting it the entire time?
Everything that leaves his hand right now, perfect rotation, great splash at the bottom of the net.
3 of 4 from beyond the arc. Forbes today. Green Wave 39-36 lead. Asajala gets it into Jones, who finds Wolf, pump fake on the inside. And we have a traveling call on Alex Jones. So a turnover for the Bison. Just their 6th turnover.
Good defensive recovery by the Wave, not allowing an open look there, and keeping Asajala outside the lane area so he couldn't really have an impact on that possession.
Now it's Sion James with a nice move on the inside. Over Asajala, lays it in and one.
There's that presence. There's that physicality that I expected to see out of him. He goes to the rim, takes the contact, and finishes with a soft touch with that right hand.
And his first field goal of the season for Sion James. You just mentioned it a second ago. He just needs to see one go in. And he made that tough shot over Asajala. And he'll go to the free throw line with an and one opportunity.
And that's all it takes. Now you've got your first college basket out of the way. It's only up from here.
He misses the free throw, but the Green Wave have a 5-point lead over Lipscomb. As it's Alex Jones and Greg Jones in for the Bison. Asajala gets it back to Jones. Jones, 3 from the left side, barely hits the rim, and the rebound by Tulane. So the Bison settling for a lot of outside jump shots to start.
I like Forbes guarding Asajala when he's out on the perimeter because Asajala cannot put the ball on the floor and get past him. Forbes has great length there.
Well, it's a 2-man game between Walker and Cross. Now it's on the right corner. It's R.J. McGee, and he splashes home a right corner three.
That's his second. McGee is feeling it today.
And it's an 8-0 run by the Tulane Green Wave, and that will cause Lenny Acup to go for a timeout. So how about this start for Tulane? They made 3 of their last 3 field goals. They lead the Bison 44-36, 16:54 left in the ballgame. An 8-0 run gives the Tulane Green Wave a 44-36 lead. How about R.J. McGee? 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Got the start in the second half, and I think he's earned it so far, David.
Absolutely. What you're seeing is Ron Hunter has made a switch from going with his size to going with quickness against this Lipscomb team, and those adjustments have paid off so far.
They doubled Asajala, who has to throw it back out to the weak side. Now it's Miller with a jump shot, no good. Rebound by Sion James.
In the first half, the ball movement brought Lipscomb into the paint. Right now, they're being stuck in that area, the in-between area, and they're not getting the same looks.
Kevin Cross, an attempted three, no good, and a rebound by the Bison. The Green Wave 4 of 6 from the field to start this half, and 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. And a kick ball by Romeao Ferguson. And they'll reset things with 21 seconds left on the shot clock.
But still good defense by Sion James there, making that passing angle inside to Asajala very difficult.
So Miller will inbound it underneath his own basket. Trying to find someone. They do find a cutting Jones, who is now trapped underneath the basket. Good recovery by Tulane. Now it's back to Miller, right corner for 3, no good. Rebound inside by Romeao Ferguson is blocked by Kevin Crosby. He'll be called for the foul.
Yeah, the first mess up is not boxing out. You can't let somebody as small as Ferguson get that offensive rebound. He also gave up too much space in the corner. So not the best defensive possession there for Tulane. You get an opportunity, hopefully, for a bad free throw shooting team to not walk away with 2 points here.
So Romeao Ferguson with 15 points tied Asajala for game-high honors yesterday in the win over Lamar. 4 rebounds on 6 of 14 shooting as he hits the first free throw. And he's been their leading scorer today as well, now with 11 points.
What we may want to see, too, is does fatigue become a factor? Tulane had the day off yesterday. Lipscomb played. So let's see how Lipscomb responds if they do have to go deeper into their bench to keep their guys fresh for the second half.
Yeah, rear back-to-back, but the good side for Lipscomb is they didn't have to travel overnight, so they stayed put here after the win over the Cardinals. Now Walker drives down underneath the basket. Nice baseline drive. Will kick it back out. Forbes thought about a 3. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Now it's Jordan Walker. Gets around the cross screen. Now has to figure out something to do. Cross for 3, no good. And a rebound by the Bison.
Yeah, that possession did not go smoothly for Tulane.
And let's see if the Bison can get back in this ballgame. They have not hit a field goal in their last 4 attempts. And that is...
And who are we not hearing their name called? Asajala.
Right.
He's not getting touches.
It's been Romeao Ferguson with the touches. Speaking of Asajala, he gets the rebound. No foul called as Lenny Acuff wanted a foul called on the Green Wave, and a rebound by Tulane.
Well, we can't really say that the refs have been giving Tulane, letting them get away with physicality. So that's just one of those no calls that happens.
15 seconds left on the shot clock. Walker now working on Asajala. He'll fire from 3 and hits it. Had the mismatch with Asajala on the outside. Decides to take the 3 and nails it. 47-38. Now Asajala turns around and gets the floater to the go. He caught the ball at the free throw line. Didn't realize he had a wide open lane and converts to lay-in.
And again, you see that soft touch that he has as a big man, able to flip it up off the rim and get the the favorable roll.
Just the second field goal of the second half for Lipscomb. As James calls for a screen, gets one, splits the defenders, but looks like it's an offensive rebound, or offensive foul, excuse me. I think it's on Kevin Cross. We'll find out when we come back. 14-10 left in the game. It's the Tulane Green Wave 47, the Lipscomb Bison 40. And on a rainy afternoon in uptown New Orleans, Tulane leads Lipscomb 47-40, partly because, David, they're raining threes here in the second half. 4 of 7 from beyond the arc, and has given them the 7-point lead.
And some great defense by Tulane as well. Only one of the last 7 field goals made by Lipscomb. Tulane has just done a great job of forcing the ball away from Asana Sajala.
So we just hit the under 14-minute mark here in the game as Sajala gets it at the free throw line, facing up at the basket. Now gets it over to Jones in the corner. Sajala wants it back down low, but they can't. Miller will shoot it from 3 on the outside. No good. Rebound by R.J. McGee.
One-shot possession.
Tulane had numbers for just a brief second, but Walker decides to retreat and slow things down. And
Don't
now
necessarily need a quick shot, need a good shot.
Absolutely. Walker was hiding that dunker spot for a second, then came back out. They swing it over to Forbes in the right corner. He'll pump fake from 3, misses the 3, and a rebound by Miller.
Well, he's earned the right to take that shot.
He had a good look after the fake. 47-40. Miller in the left corner, back to Sajala. Now they're doubled, and McGee comes in there trying to steal the ball, and it gets called for the foul.
And you can see what Lipscomb's trying to do. They're setting Sajala up at the top of the key. He gets a first catch, and if he passes it out, he's trying to post immediately off the pass. And when Tulane came for the double, all McGee had to do was just stay there, make him throw it back out again.
Sajala has been mostly quiet today. 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting. He does have 6 rebounds and 3 assists. Miller holds it by his waist. Now on a switch by Tulane. Crossover, jumper, barely touches the rim. If it did because the shot clock reset, and it looks like it'll be a foul on Jordan Walker.
Yeah, the subtle push.
And now both teams with 4 offensive rebounds. Lipscomb, for most of the first half, and the entire first half, only had 1 offensive rebound, so they seem to be getting some second chance opportunities here in the second half.
Tulane's been paying so much attention to Sajala that guys have not been boxing out on the opposite side of the basket.
And a nice block by the Green Wave on Romeao Ferguson. Might have been Sion James, which would have been his second block of the afternoon. As James slows it down. And we'll dribble it out here by the logo. A lot of dribbling for Sion James. Now 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Nice back cut pass to R.J. McGee, who can't convert the dunk, but will go to the free throw line for 2.
Great cut, even better pass, I think. Just a nice bounce pass, gets him in momentum, and he's going to the basket, going to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, it looked like Ferguson got caught napping, which led to McGee cutting down the baseline, and R.J. McGee will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
He's been a bit of a revelation here today. We didn't expect him to be such a big factor on the offensive end. But tonight he's been confident with his shot, and he's been aggressive with it.
He only attempted 2 free throws last year for the Green Wave. Didn't play as much. Today has already gone to the free throw line 3 times. He's 1 of 3. Make that 2 of 4. So Ron Hunter seems to have a lot more confidence in R.J. McGee, who got the start in the second half and already has 8 points on the afternoon.
He was a quick entry into the first half.
He was. 48-40 Tulane. Game 3 of the Tulane Classic.
Hazen has been another guy who's been very quiet. Had a quick spurt in the first half, but since then, not much from him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's played as much after that burst. Probably see more of him in the second half as a shot clock 3 by Coleman at the buzzer doesn't go through, and Tulane on the move. It's Jordan Walker on the move who kicks it out to McGee. Swings it over from James over the cross. Now to Forbes.
The one thing you'd like to see out of James on the catch is at least look towards the basket. He had no intention of facing up.
Nice post move by Cross. He can't get the layup, but trying to get his own rebound, he does. Puts it back up. Does not go in, but the rebound goes right to R.J. McGee, who puts it back in.
The hustle of McGee has kind of invigorated this whole team.
That's the third Tulane Green Wave now in double figures. He has 10, 50-40 as Ferguson drives down the center lane, misses the lay, and Hazen can't put back the dunk, and Jordan Walker's on the move. Nice Euro step from Sion James, lays it up and one. How about Sion James with the pretty move on the right side?
He's a young man who feels confident in the open floor. You like to see him finish.
So Sion James and the Green Wave on a little bit of a run. They've expanded their lead to 12, 52-40, 11 minutes left in the ballgame. Tulane leads Lipscomb Bison 52-40. Here are some scores later on today and tomorrow. How about that top 25 showdown between Texas Tech and Houston at 4:30 p.m. Central Time? And then tonight on ESPN2, the Hokies of Virginia Tech play host to South Florida. And then tomorrow, a couple more games around the American Athletic Conference. But right here, David, 52-40. A 19-6 second half for the Green Wave. If you go back to Friday's game, they outscored Lamar 45-27, and it seems like deja vu all over again.
Well, the big thing is, first of all, defensively, Tulane's held Lipscomb to 2 buckets here in the second half. That's step one. Step two is they've created a lot of easy opportunities for themselves, not just inside, but they've gotten clean looks at the basket from deep as well.
Sion James completes the three-point play, so it's 53-40 in favor of Tulane with less than 11 minutes to go. Carson Carey in for the Bison and the kick ball. We'll reset things with 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
I mean, you look at the players that Tulane has on the floor, just about everybody's shooting 50% or better. And that's for Tulane to be up to near 50% shooting for a team that struggled to shoot so much last year. This has to be an encouraging sign.
Inbound to Romeao Ferguson, misses the three, rebound by Asajla, puts it back in, but it's blocked by Kevin Cross.
Great block there. The ability to not get hit with the body and then to get the ball moving in transition for your teammates.
As Walker goes around the cross screen, now switches hands on the dribble. Now it's Cross working on Asajla. Cross-court pass over the Forbes.
You'd like to see Cross try to finish that. He had the step on Asajla.
4 seconds left on the shot clock. They have to hurry. Forbes, a prayer in the left corner. No good. Off the top of the backboard, and the rebound by Carson Carey.
Yeah, I really wanted to see Cross. I think he cost his team a good scoring opportunity there. That's the second time we've seen him drive from that side and then throw a cross-court pass.
Ferguson had a wide-open three, decides to step in and hit the contested shot to give it the the Tulane Green Wave a 53-42 lead. Ferguson leading the Bison with 13 points.
The other thing Tulane's done a great job of is making Lipscomb use the clock and then holding them to one shot. So that one was not typical for what Tulane's done in the second half.
Cross and Forbes working together in a two-man game. Now it's Cross with a long three, no good, and a wide open rebound for Romeao Ferguson.
I don't know how much longer he's going to get to stay on the court with those types of shots. He's been off all afternoon, and he's made a couple of questionable decisions with the basketball in his hands.
A couple of tough shots in the last couple of possessions. Now Sajla over the Romeao Ferguson, and that one rims in as Ferguson is red hot for the Bison. Give him 16 points in the second three of the afternoon. They cut the Tulane Green Wave lead to 8.
You waste possessions on offense, you turn those into easy opportunities on the other end for your opponent.
Cross goes inside this time, working on two Bison defenders, and draws the contact but lays it in.
But that's what we wanted to see out of him. Don't settle for threes 5 feet beyond the line. Use your body. Get inside. He does that, and he scores.
55-45 Tulane. 8.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Ferguson and a give and go to Sajla. Little miscommunication. Ferguson throws it out of bounds, and a turnover for the Bison. Their 7th of the afternoon.
Yeah, I think Sajla was looking to seal before that pass came in, and it was just a quick return, too fast for him to handle.
The Bison just 4 of 17 from the field in this half, 1 of 7 from downtown. The Green Wave 8 of 16 and 4 of 10 from beyond the arc. And that's why the Green Wave hold a 10-point lead. Now it's Walker back at the cross. In a two-man game between those two. Walker gets inside the paint, the free throw line. Now it's Sion James driving in. Gets back his own rebound, puts it back in, is fouled on the play. Good job by Sion James to stick with it, get his own board, and go to the free throw line.
Now that he's gotten a couple of opportunities to get to the rim and watch his shot go down, he's a lot more confident in attacking the basket, and then he stays with it, using his body to give himself a second chance. Now he goes to the line for 2 free throws.
One of our keys to the game was the guard play. If you look at Sion James and Jordan Walker, combined 19 points on 7 of 14 shooting, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. So we talk about the guard stepping up, David. So far they have this afternoon.
They've rebounded the ball well together. 8 assists between them and only 2 turnovers. So they've taken care of the ball and got their teammates involved. You couldn't ask for more out of your starters.
James hits the first free throw. He's 4 of 5 from the line. 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Freshman out of Sugar Hill, Georgia. And hits both, so it's 57-45.
Again, a very highly touted recruit for Tulane. They expect a lot from him, and we're seeing glimpses of why that's the case.
A little bit of full court pressure by Tulane. Bison just try to get it across half court. As they finally do, Carson Carey with the pass as Ferguson loses the handle, trying to get it down low to Hazen, but it's off the knee to Sion James. And the Bison will have possession after this quick timeout. So the Green Wave holding on to their double-digit lead. It's 57-45, 7:50 left in Game 3 of the Tulane Classic. Daniel Salerson, David Grubb with you inside Avern B. Fogelman Arena in the Devlin Fieldhouse. Game 3 of the Tulane Classic, with Tulane enjoying a 12-point lead over the Lipscomb Bison, 57-45, outscoring the Bison 24-11 in the second half.
And a big part of that has been the outside shooting. Tulane with a 12-point advantage from long distance, and they've got a 12-point lead.
Bison trying to work through the Green Wave zone. They get it to Carson Carey, left side for a 3, no good. And a rebound tipped about. Sajla gets it back to Ferguson, who can't convert the lay-in, but is fouled on the play. That was kept alive by Sajla, earning his 7th rebound.
Yeah, if you can't impact scoring, you can still do a lot of the other little things. And Sajla's tried to do that, but Tulane's just done a fantastic job of bottling up. But Ferguson, on the other hand, has taken advantage of those opportunities that normally would have gone to Sajla.
Ferguson, the graduate student out of Burlington, North Carolina. First team all-conference selection.
I know Burlington well from my days in college.
As Ferguson hits both free throws.
Not too far up the road from Winston-Salem when I was at Wake Forest.
Okay. 57-47. Bison in the bonus for the rest of the game. Tulane already with 6 fouls. It's crossed, finds James. Now working on Sajla, gets it back to Cross the free throw line. He'll drive in and kick it out to R.J. McGee, but we got a charge. And I believe it's Cross that picks up the foul.
Cross does so many good things, but he's also been right in the middle of a lot of bad decisions today. And you can just see Coach Hunter is really frustrated with him, mostly because he knows that guy's potential. Cross can be a really dynamic player for the Green Wave if he can stop with the ups and downs.
That's his 2nd foul of the day. And the Bison will have it with 7:15 left in the ball game.
I continue to notice that Sion James does not want to shoot the 3.
But he continues to do work on the inside.
Yes, he does.
A nice ball movement there as Ferguson comes up limping. He had a wide open Parker Hazen cutting down the left side, but couldn't get it to him.
Couldn't tell if that was the ankle or the arch of his foot that kind of just gave way for a second, but he's still favoring that right ankle.
And now Jordan Walker with a nice drive and a nifty lay-in off the top of the backboard. Jordan Walker now with 14 points for the Green Wave.
He made that adjustment. We saw early on in this game he struggled to finish off of contact. Now he's figured out his angles.
And Greg Jones swishes a 3 from the left side. His 3rd three-pointer of the game. And the deficit down to single digits for the Lipscomb Bison.
Tulane needs to continue to stay aggressive. It's just 9 points. Play like it's even or you're behind.
A nice floater, Sion James does not get the members bounce. And it looks like it will stay here, and it might be Hazen with a loose ball foul over the back of Sion James.
Execution so important right here for Tulane. You can't string together 2 or 3 empty possessions and allow Lipscomb to maybe get some cheap opportunities, some open looks, or any shots at the free throw line since they are in the bonus.
Jake Wolf and Miles Miller check in for the Bison. They inbound it to Cross, and now it's Jordan Walker setting up a play. Gets that screen from Cross. Now does find James on the outside. Crossover dribble back to Walker. Walker will fire from the left side off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound by McGee goes right to Forbes. Forbes will drive it himself, loses the handle, but gets it back. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Sion James says slow it down.
Let's see if this is James going downhill to try to create.
It's over the Forbes. Left side for 3, no good. Rebound again by R.J. McGee. McGee keeping possessions alive here for the Green Wave. Another second chance opportunity.
He's been so important today as a hustle guy, but he's also been able to shoot the ball extremely well, just contributing in every facet.
7 seconds left on the shot clock. Now Walker gets the screen from Cross. Now 3, 2, and that ball is tipped, so now Walker has to throw up a prayer, and he doesn't hit the rim, and so it'll be a shot clock violation. Well, you do swallow up a lot of time there. It was about a minute possession there for Tulane, but you don't get a basket.
No, but 2 second chance opportunities for the Green Wave. He just didn't end the possession well, but they gave themselves an opportunity now to get back at it defensively. Don't give up an easy look.
Have not hit a field goal, Tulane, in their last 4 tries, keeping the Bison in there. Nice spin move by Asajla, who gets the lay-in and will go to the free throw line to shoot one.
This cross again. You saw what Asajla, that's a very similar move to what he did in the first half. Take it off that dribble, spin back in, and use the glass to finish. Cross has to anticipate that. Make Asajla use some athleticism and go up over the top of you rather than use his footwork to go around you.
An efficient day so far for Asajla. 5 of 8 from the field, 10 points, make that 11. Now 3 players in double figures for the Bison, and it's now just a 6-point lead for Ron Hunter and the Green Wave.
Asajla's a very patient player. He's not forcing anything, even if the offense isn't there for him. He's such an intelligent player and always looking to get his teammates involved.
Sion James kicks it into the corner to Jalen Forbes, who will step in for a baseline jumper. Misses it. Asajla with the rebound. They want to run. Gets it out to Jake Wolf, who converts a left-handed lay-in, and now it's just a 4-point lead for Tulane.
And there's Asajla in transition, the best passer on this team, and he shows again why. A great bounce pass and a fantastic finish.
An 8-0 run by the Bison in the last 2 minutes. And they've hit on their last 3 field goals.
Tulane being a little passive offensively right now.
Walker almost loses it, but it does go right to Cross. So he'll drive in, and it's almost stolen by Asajla. It will go out of bounds, but Tulane has just 4 seconds on the shot clock to get something up. Asajla just poked the ball out of Cross's hands.
There's something we see out of Lonzo Ball a lot, that wait till your man gets just that step around you and tip the ball from behind. Very soft hands for Asajla. He does not foul. He keeps himself in the game. I don't think does he have a personal tonight? One personal foul tonight. He's just been very good at defending from all different spots on the floor.
And Forbes throws up a prayer and another shot clock violation, as that one does not touch the rim. And look like now Jaden Coleman and Jake Wolf having some words, as Coleman has to be restrained, as Ron Hunter has to get on the court and will get Coleman to get on the bench, and RJ McGee will.
This is not the time to lose your composure. Your team is up 4 minutes to go. You're a freshman. You have to keep your head about you if you want to get minutes at this level. And getting into an argument, maybe getting a technical foul that could toss your team 2 points and the ball is just not going to help right now.
I know Wolf was chatting a little bit after his layup on the other end, but Jaden Coleman was not even in the game during that time, so I'm not sure what triggered Coleman for the conversation. A nice drive by Parker Hazen.
We said we hadn't heard from him, and there he goes, attacking the basket. Now it's just a 2-point game.
3.5 minutes to go from Devlin Fieldhouse. Winner will be crowned the champion of the Tulane Classic. Both teams with a win over Lamar over the weekend, and a ticky-tack foul by Asujala. That'll be just his second foul. So 3:27 left in this ball game. It's Tulane 59, Lipscomb 57. Tulane holding on to a 2-point lead, 59-57, 3:27 left in the ball game. And we have some scoring leaders for the Tulane Green Wave. 3 players in double figures. Jordan Walker with 14, Jalen Forbes with 13, McGee with 10, and Sion James with 9. But we got to get to what was called a technical foul, David, during the break, as 2 free throws will be awarded after Jaden Coleman was called for the technical after that little skirmish with Jake Wolf.
And it just made no sense. There was no physical contact for Coleman on the play. It just checked into the ball game. You have to keep your head about you. I don't think he sees the floor the rest of this game. After what you've done is now put your team in a tie game situation when you just had a 12-point lead. This is going to be the test over these last 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Can Tulane hold on to its composure?
We'll have to see if those 2 points become costly here at the end of the ball game. Now the game is tied up at 59. With Tulane getting the ball as they try to get into Sion James. They do. He puts it up. Nice post move. Works on Greg Jones and is able to get the lay-in.
With that physical specimen that he is, it seems like you could go to him on that block and get that post up against a lot of guards he's going to face.
So Sion James now the 4th member of the Green Wave team with double figures. He has 11. Hazen gets it inside to Asajala. A nice spin move with the left-handed hook, but he does not convert. And a rebound by McGee.
Well, Tulane ended that scoring drought. Now let's see if they can string together 2 or 3 baskets in a row and rebuild that lead somewhat.
It's a 12-2 run for the Bison. The Green Wave are 1 of their last 7 from the field. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Now James kicks it out, and it looks like it's a charge.
That's the second time we've seen that in the last 5 or 6 possessions for Tulane. You've got to have body control there.
Jake Wolf draws the charge and will come out of the game for Romeao Ferguson. That's the 10th turnover for the Green Wave. They've had 4 turnovers now in the last 4 minutes. We talked about how well they took care of the basketball in the first half, but when it matters the most right now, Tulane not being able to take care of the basketball.
The shooting's gone cold. The defense has gotten soft. And offensively, they just seem disjointed. Tulane needs to find something, again, to get themselves back on track. Maybe this is it in open court.
And they find something here. R.J. McGee lays it in and 1 on the fast break. Nice job by the Green Wave. A 3-on-1 opportunity, and McGee lays it in.
Just every time Tulane has needed something, it seems that if R.J. McGee has been the guy who's been there, whether it's a layup, steal, rebound, he's just done all of the little things in this game today.
That's a tough shot, too. So he goes in with his left, but switches hand and lays it in with his right. R.J. McGee pretty much has played most of this game. Didn't started the second half, but has been effective with 12 points and 7 rebounds on 4 of 6 shooting. Misses the free throw.
Yeah, that's been his one weakness so far. Below 40% now from the line.
Tulane 7 of 12 from the free throw line, 58%. Lipscomb 14 of 16, 63-59. Less than 2 minutes to go here from Devlin Fieldhouse. And now another steal, this time McGee. McGee will slow down and wait for friends.
And solid defense by Noble Days, who we didn't see a lot of in this game. But now, as Coach Hunter needs some stops, he goes back to his best defender to help create that for him.
McGee again. Thought about a 3, decides not to. And now Jordan Walker will run point. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. 1.5 minutes to go here from New Orleans. Walker falls on the floor, and they do call a travel, not a trip, as Walker couldn't stay on his feet. They will wipe up the floor. I'm not sure if Walker's blaming the moisture or if he was tripped.
Yeah, we didn't have a great angle to see that, but we did also see Sion James in the corner. But every time he's had the opportunity to look at the basket from distance, he's immediately looking to pass. He's going to have to become a threat from the outside to give himself those opportunities to drive to the basket.
The Bison have not scored in the last 2 minutes. They're still down 4. They have to kind of move quickly here as they get it inside to Sajala, and he lays it in with the left hand. It's 63-61. Quick basket and a much-needed one for the Bison.
He's bided his time, and now he's back up to 13 points. and just an extremely efficient offensive performance for Sajala.
So no rush for the Green Wave here. Now less than a minute to go. 63-61. Both teams in the bonus. Has a tough shot for Jalen Forbes. Not to him. Hits the corner three, giving the Green Wave a 5-point lead with 52 seconds to go.
Did we also get a foul call there?
I'm not sure. I think it might have been just the moisture that they were wiping off the floor. And we do have a timeout, it looks like. But how about Forbes with that corner three? He's been struggling this afternoon from beyond the arc. It is his fourth three of the day. But Forbes coming up big late in this ball game.
Yeah, he started off very hot and then got cold. But sometimes it's not a matter of when, how many you make, it's when you make them. And he made them at a good time right there.
So Forbes leads the way now with 16 points on 6 of 13 shooting, 4 of 9 from beyond the arc, and 4 rebounds and 3 assists. The Green Wave here in the second half shooting 44% from the field. Lipscomb just 37.5%. And with how this game was going for Lipscomb, crawling their way back into the game, I mean, that was a huge momentum shift with 52 seconds to go by Forbes.
And you also look at this. Lipscomb has made their free throws, like you said, 14 of 16 from the line. Tulane just 7 of 12. You have a 7-point deficit there, and they've narrowed the gap on the three-point line as well. Tulane has to make sure that they do not give up lazy or easy fouls. If you're going to foul, make sure you're stopping a score. Don't give one away from the basket. Don't give one in the backcourt. So that's going to be something that we need to see in this last minute. Very disciplined play from the Green Wave.
I'm assuming if you're Lipscomb, you just go for the 2 here to keep it within one possession and then try to get your 3 after. But I'm not sure what Lenny Acuff will draw up, but it seems to be the move here, David, wouldn't you say?
Well, yeah, you're either going to go to Ferguson or Sajala. First of all, you know Sajala's going to get a touch and maybe try to get create an opportunity for somebody else. If it's not there, we've seen him be a little bit more aggressive in going at the basket. That's going to be huge if Tulane can keep him out of the paint with that soft touch of his.
So remember, both teams in the bonus, so you don't want to put the Bison on the free throw line here, as Miller almost threw that one back court. As they find Hazen inside, but he can't hit the lay-in. And a big stop by the Green Wave, and now the Bison have the full court press here and probably have to foul, which they do.
Yeah, I think Hazen rushed that shot. He had time to gather himself. He had the height advantage, but he was looking at the clock and rushed that opportunity. Now Tulane gets a free throw opportunity to extend this lead, and there's not a lot of time in Lipscomb's back pocket to try to close this gap.
Green Wave 58% for the free throw line this afternoon. Jordan Walker with the 1-and-1 attempt. He has 14 points. This is his first free throw of the game, and that one gets the members bounce and goes in. So 67-61.
And making the first is so important because it extended it to a two-possession game where they need to hit 2 threes. This will make it a 3-possession game now.
So Walker coming up clutch at the free throw line, giving the Green Wave a 7-point lead. And you said the Bison need to shoot a 3, and they got to shoot it quickly. Well, they do, as Greg Jones connects on a 3. And a timeout on the floor as Ron Hunter not too happy with his team. And so now with 29 seconds to go, Lipscomb has some life here, and we'll obviously have to foul quickly here, David, just to get them another chance at this.
And I think what Coach Hunter is saying to his team is, you know they have to shoot the 3. If you're going to give up a basket, give up the 2, and then they're going to still have to foul you. But you know they need to shoot the 3, and he gets a clean look. Yeah, it was a little deep, but these are shooters, and you give them a clean look, and you give them a greater chance of it going in. Hunter's going to ask his team to, again, close out on those shooters.
You're exactly right. That's what he was so mad about with Jordan Walker not closing out. I think Walker was kind of thinking, well, we're up 7 here. You can afford to let them shoot the 3, but now it's only a 4-point game, and if you don't hit your free throws, then it gets Lipscomb another chance to get closer and closer.
Take away what they need, give them what you want, and that's 2s, not 3s at this point.
So the goal here for Tulane, get across half court and then force the Bison the foul. As McGee gets it in, as Sion James loses the ball, as it is a nice save by Jake Wolf, and now the Bison scrambling. Jones will hit up a 3, and he's fouled on the play. Oh, my goodness.
Two horrible decisions. One, James just needed to hold on to that basketball. He didn't have to pass it so quickly. And then once it's on the floor and you're in a scramble, if a guy's going to shoot it, let him shoot it. You don't foul the jump shooter. So now the clock is stopped. He's going to get 3 attempts at the line, and you've only got a 4-point lead.
You got to give credit to Jake Wolf because he saved that ball from going out of bounds for the Bison to create that opportunity. And, wow, the Green Wave catch a break as Jones misses the first free throw of 3. So still remains a 2-possession ball game. Jones hits the second. He was an 80% free throw shooter last year for the Bison. And now it's just a 1-possession game, 68-65.
And the Bison have been great at the line today, 15 out of 18. Maybe me saying that'll have them miss here.
Does not work this time as Asajala comes back in for Hazen. So it's a 2-point game. So now let's see if Tulane can have a better inbound pass and get it across half court.
Yeah, now a lot of pressure coming.
So they do pressure James, and he's trapped in the corner and now is forced to call a timeout. So the same thing as James gets caught there in the corner and forces Ron Hunter and the crew to call a timeout. They have 2 timeouts left, Lipscomb with 1. The Green Wave and the Bison are both in the bonus. And now if you're Ron Hunter, I think you just have to try to get an inbounds play that can get you across the half-court line.
Yeah, if you're Tulane now, I think what you want to see is they can't advance the ball, they can't move off the spot. You want to see somebody maybe come and set a down screen and give someone an opportunity to get down the court, throw it over the top of the defense, because Lipscomb is putting all their pressure up near the baseline and try to keep Tulane from getting that ball, using the baseline and the sideline as extra defenders when Tulane inbounds the basketball.
No one really in foul trouble for the Bison. Romeao Ferguson has 3 fouls, and Carson Carey has 3. I'm not sure if Carson Carey's in the ball game. He's not. But Romeao Ferguson is. For the Green Wave, it's just Kevin Cross with 4. James and McGee both have 3, but Tulane just trying to get something going here so they can force the Bison to foul them and go to the free throw line. It would still be 1-on-1 for the Green Wave if they do get fouled.
Now see, there you go.
McGee bounce passes in to Jordan Walker, who loses the handle, does save it. Now Walker with good awareness, and now it looks like he throws it off the face of Asajala. And
Tulane keeps going into that corner where they can't get the ball out. You saw McGee get down the court and await that pass. No one even looked at him.
And now another timeout on the floor. Let's see this again with McGee. As he...
Forbes was running down the court. You see he's down further. But Tulane keeps sending these passes right in front of the Lipscomb bench. You can't do much there.
And it started with Jordan Walker really didn't handle the inbound passes. It slipped out of his hands, and that's what forced him to go into the Lipscomb bench just to try to save it, and that's where chaos ensued.
You got to try to find a way to get somebody the ball on the move. If they have to come in and stop and catch it, the trap is there. And like I said, they're using the baseline and the sideline as extra defenders. Get somebody moving, coming across, so that you can get them the ball and they can put it on the floor and create an advantage. But right now, Tulane is doing exactly what Lipscomb wants them to do, and they've done that on 3 consecutive inbounds.
So what we didn't notice there is Jordan Walker looked like he stepped out of bounds. So this one will actually belong to the Bison, and will get a chance to tie and take the lead. But keep this in mind, the Bison do not have any timeouts left, so they have to get in this inbound pass. Green Wave have 1 timeout remaining.
Don't foul a jump shooter. If it's anywhere near the basket, that's when you foul. Do not give up an easy 2 here. Make them get it at the free throw line, but more than anything, close out on those shooters without fouling. Because if I'm Lipscomb, I want to go home. I want to make this shot and walk out of the building.
And you probably want to do so with 2 or 3 seconds left on the clock. That way Tulane does not get an opportunity on the other end if you just tie it. Or even if you take the lead here, you don't want Tulane to have a chance to win it.
And there's no advantage for Tulane in fouling. So because you're in the double bonus, so Tulane has to play defense on this possession.
So for the Green Wave, it's McGee, Days, Walker, Forbes, and James on the court. Romeao Ferguson will inbound it.
Jones and Ferguson, 6 of 13 combined from 3.
They get into Wolf. 13 seconds left. Miles Miller dribbles it top of the arc. Jimmy Shake, 8 seconds left, 7.
There's Jones.
What a long 3 by Jones. He misses it. Rebound tipped about. Looks like Asajala gets it. Puts it back up. It is blocked by R.J. McGee at the buzzer. And that will do it as the Green Wave hold on to defeat the Bison 68-66. And R.J. McGee steps up once again.
R.J. McGee, if there is a player of the game, it has to be him. We didn't expect much out of him. We didn't see much out of him in the first game. Today he was everywhere. Just a fantastic effort by R.J. McGee and a great win for Tulane to get off to a 2-0 start this season.
What a great block from behind by R.J. McGee. Gets the rebound, holds on to it. He only played 5 minutes against Lamar on Friday afternoon, but today probably the biggest factor in the Green Wave win as he finishes with 12 points and 8 rebounds and 2 assists.
And, of course, that key block at the end, just a great effort for a guy to come off the bench and then assert himself and put his imprint on this basketball game.
So for David Grubb, I am Daniel Salerson saying so long from Uptown New Orleans, where the final score is Tulane 68, Lipscomb 66 to capture the Tulane Classic. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation.